All right, so today's guest has more skills than a little bit. He's one of San Jose's prominent engineers, and also he's got his own thing going on too. Malcolm Lee, welcome, bro.
Thank you.
All right, man. So we got a couple songs we posted of you on Bottom of the Bay TV, man. Did you want to give your group name or your artist name?
Yeah, I just go by Malcolm Lee, so it's just my middle name. And then I also have a old school drum group, African and Old Negro spiritual drum group called Coma Arts. We kind of disbanded a couple years ago, but we're still getting together and just coming up with a new name right now. But you can catch us drumming like everywhere.
Okay. All right, man. So let's cut to the cake. What is your current career in 2021?
My current career in 2021, studio engineering, as well as I'm working over at Create TV. I just got that job like 4 months ago. Mm-hmm. So right now you can think of me as a community liaison, just trying to bring a little bit more culture and color to the content that Create TV is putting out. So if anybody that's watching this, if you're family with Impakt, holla at me and we can get your stuff on Create TV on the local channels in San Jose.
For the people who aren't familiar with Create TV, can you just give them like a little bit of a gist of what it is?
Create TV is the local TV, the local access channel here in San Jose. So they run like channel 15, channel 25, I think channel 26. It's 4 channels, but for show 15 and 25, channel 30 is another one of them. So they run those channels, and those channels are all community-based channels. So we literally have to put on only things that come out of San Jose. Okay. And so right now, a lot of it is, a lot of the churches use it to put on some of their Sunday services. The city of San Jose uses it to put on like Hella City Hall meetings and whatnot. And traditionally, it hasn't really been a spot where like our black and brown folk use it. So that's really my job, to bring us over here to actually get some of our media on there. And it could be anything too. It don't even matter. Like from the hours of 11 a.m. to 5, from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Mm-hmm. We can put on adult content and like whatever we gotta do. So music videos, it's all good, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Shit. All right, man. So as an audio engineer, when did you first start doing that?
I first started engineering. Well, I first started making beats on Fruity Loops when I was in high school. When I was like 16 years old.
Put a date on it.
Damn. Let's see. I heard it.
Or a
probably
year.
Like 05. Probably like 2005. Yeah.
Nigga, for real?
Yeah, probably something like 2005. I was sick. I was sick from school, and I'm never sick, but I was sick a couple days from school. So I was just on my computer, and then on AIM, one of my hacker partners just hit me, and he was making techno beats. So he just hit me, and he was like, "Hey, download this." And I didn't even know that I was downloading it, but I downloaded it, and it ended up being Fruity Loops 4. So some real OG shit. Fruity Loops 4. So I just spent that whole week. I was on YouTube and just learned how to make beats in that week. After I started making beats, my whole life changed. Mm-hmm. Once I got good at it, I started just making like Bay Area beats. My partners knew that I made beats. They would come through and rap on my beats on the little cheap Microsoft pencil microphones that we had. And I mean, ever since then, it was a rap.
Okay. So you're a producer as well then. Are you still currently making beats today? I'm
still currently making beats. I'll say the production is where my mastery lies. Like engineering and production, but really production is where my mastery and my heart lies. Mm-hmm. A jack of all trades and a master of production. So yeah, I'm still producing today.
So who are some of your favorite artists that you've actually worked with or helped produce in the studio?
So I'm a huge local cat, and like even if you were to ask my influences, I would probably say some local cats as well. But some of the most notable in my career is when I was younger, I worked with Dim One. And that was a big deal because I would always look up to him as being like a black rapper from South San Jose. I was always looking up to him. He kind of paved the way when I was growing up. So when I finally got to work with him, that was major. As of recent, to be honest, Bro, I'm just hella blessed to be working with like some of the young up and coming rappers right now out of San Jose. So the homie Trauma Fresh, he's really pushing. So fuck with him. Young Sage,
Okay.
really doing his thing. Like probably one of the pushing super hard, pushing a hard line for the music in San Jose, outside of San Jose, which is major. And then just recently, I started rocking with Breeze 47.
Breeze 47. Breeze 47.
Yeah, so
I'm not familiar. Oh, Breeze. I know you're talking about. You like sing and rap and shit, right? Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Over there from the east.
From the east side, yeah.
So I mean, another youngin. So that shit is that shit's always inspiring to me. That's probably like when I'm in the lab with somebody new and they ask me what I'm working on or who I work with, I always show my young local brothers first.
Okay.
So that's really honestly who I'm most excited to be working with.
Nice. All right, so what are some pet peeves or things that you don't like when artists come to work with you in the studio?
Just not having their shit ready, like coming here and thinking that they're just gonna feel the vibe of the studio and write a song and it's gonna be dope. That's a pet peeve. Like I like people that come to the lab like ready, and some brothers write in the studio. So if you write in the studio, then coming ready is like coming already in the vibe, not coming and then we gotta roll 2 blunts and then we gotta like drink a third of the Henny bottle before a motherfucker even gets into the booth.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just to me that's just a waste of time. Even if I'm getting paid, I'm trying to be productive. I'd rather get paid for a 4-hour session and have like 2 solid ass songs than a 4-hour session and we recorded like a verse. Even if I'm getting paid the same. Another pet peeve is also just not having like realistic expectations, So if you're not skilled,
Mm-hmm.
and you come like an engineer can't polish a turd, you know what I'm saying? So if you're not skilled, then it's you still have to work on the skill before it's gonna sound like some radio stuff. So like just the unrealistic expectations, and I work with anybody. So like literally, if you don't know how to rap, we can come in here and have a session, and I'll show you rhythm, I'll show you cadence, and that could be the session. But it's not going to be the first session. You're going to have like a solid ass song. So those are for sure 2 of the biggest pet peeves.
Okay. Malcolm Lee, what do you see yourself in the future doing, and what are you working towards?
So in the future, I see my main source of income being my production. And then looking at that, like with the vision of that and it being actually realistic, I see myself getting more sync licenses, right? So getting more songs placed on like a Netflix show, more songs placed on like a commercial, because that's gonna brings in the revenue, and then it's a little less saturated than the music market is.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, like this hip hop music is where my heart lies, so I will continue to be producing beats until the day that I die, and I'll be continuing to work with artists until the day that I die. But for sure, in the future, I see myself making more money off of my sync licenses, and then just making sure that I'm always teaching what I know too, so that this knowledge that I've acquired in the studio, it continues to grow. So I make sure that like the youth know how to record. They know how to produce. They know how to engineer, so that like if someday I have to give up some of my equipment or my studio, then it could keep on going. You know what I'm saying? And we could keep building upon it.
Okay. I used to do engineering back in the day, bro, and I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of pricey then. I can only imagine how much this equipment shit costs today. You just giving it away? All right, for sure.
Man, my studio, one of my first big studios, literally, I didn't even have when I told the landlord I wanted to sign the lease, mm-hmm. I didn't have enough money for the deposit at that time. So I literally borrowed money from people, and then people believed in my engineering so much that when I got the studio space, man, I got so much shit donated to me.
Oh, shit.
I got like guitars, bass guitars, drum set, a computer, subwoofers, speakers. Everybody just like, yo, we believe in you, Malcolm. This shit's collecting dust. Take it. So I can't possibly, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pay it forward. It's just
That's a blessing right there for sure. All right, man. So the next segment is called "Put It in the Universe." If you could have one conversation with the CEO or boss, who would that be and why?
Damn, just one conversation with one CEO or one boss. Damn, that's a good question.
It's all good. Take your time.
Yeah. Man, you know, I really fuck with, like I said, it's super local, you know. So I would love to holler at Peanut Butter Wolf.
Who is Peanut Butter Wolf?
Peanut Butter Wolf is this white dude from San Jose who started Stone's Throw Records, which is like a underground label based out of LA because he moved to LA.
Mm-hmm.
But like for the hardcore hip hop heads, they'll know who Peanut Butter Wolf is and Stone's Throw Records. One of the most notable artists that he worked with back in the 90s was a brother named Charisma, Peanut Butter Wolf and Charisma out of Milpitas, who was supposed to like put on for the South Bay, but then he was killed in East Palo Alto, and it kind of put you know what I'm saying, ended that a little bit. But so that would be I got to give you more than one, you know. So that would be one. My family's from the East Coast, so right now my mom lives in North Carolina, so I'm out there in Raleigh a good amount. And one thing that in the Raleigh scene, in the Raleigh, North Carolina scene, this dude like Rap City and Ninth Wonder, like that whole camp is like super big out there, because their city, Raleigh, is kind of similar to like San Jose, where it's real homey, versus like San Francisco or Oakland, or even on the East Coast versus like New York. It's a little more homey. So these dudes, they really run North Carolina out there. Like they really run like that Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area. So I would love to pick Knife's brain and see just how he, like what he did to keep everybody together, because it's so hard to keep motherfuckers together because of our.
You talking about Knife Wonder?
Yeah, Knife Wonder, the producer.
That nigga from North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yo, man, I gotta say this that you brought up North Carolina. First, if I didn't fucking know you was from North Carolina or your people was from there.
Just my mom.
Oh, just your mom, okay.
Mom. My mom's from Baltimore and my family's from Baltimore, but then she moved to North Carolina. So she's the only one in North Carolina. Like I didn't grow up there or nothing like that. I've only been there like once she moved there in my adult years.
Okay.
But
I was gonna say, because today in 2021, North Carolina, that whole little area, they have a different sound of music. I don't know if people's been tapping into it, but it's like a whole new wave, kind of like when Atlanta and fucking Texas, like everybody came with that sound to add to hip hop. I feel like North Carolina is on his way to doing that shit too. So
yeah,
good thing you brought that shit up, man.
Yeah, that's real. Just like how we have Bay famous, you know, you can be famous in the Bay with your own sound in the Bay. Yeah, it's like that in North Carolina.
Yep, just how the Bay adds to hip hop and shit with that sound. North Carolina's on his way, man. Don't forget I said that shit, bottom of the Bay.
Yeah.
All right, man. So our last question: who's the ugliest friend that you have?
Damn, who's the ugliest friend I have?
I may have gotten one answer to this question.
Yeah.
They gonna see it too, man.
Oh shit. You know how you gonna say something and then you stop yourself from saying it? You know how I say go with your gut feeling?
Hey man, you could just nail and void. I'll be the ugly friend. I'll take it for him. All right, man.
Yeah.
So that about wraps up this segment of Bottom of the Bay. You want to give everybody your socials so they'll know where to find you at?
Yeah. So at Malcolm Lee 89 on Instagram. That's Malcolm with 2 L's. So MALCOLM LEE 89 on Instagram. And my name is Malcolm Halcrone. If you're from like, if you grew up with me, you know that. Or so you can look me up on Facebook. Or if you just Google Malcolm Lee Music, you can find like all my stuff. For sure, on Instagram is a great way to holler at me if you want to get studio time. I work at Create TV, but I'm a man of the community, so like me working there means that we all got access over there too. So holler at me if you're trying to get anything on the local channels. Holler at me if you need studio time. Holler at me if you want to learn some African drumming. And also, I just want to say for my brothers and sisters, like, holler at me if you want to get into like the African community. I want to give a shout out to like House of Sankofa. I want to give a shout out to we have a African cultural center as well. So if you're trying to tap in, bro. Like everything, teaching motherfuckers how to garden, how to have sustainable gardens in your house, so you don't have to depend on the grocery stores. Teaching everything from like self-defense, like I said, drum classes to anything, just getting knowledge and freeing your mind. So much love for having me, and peace.
Let's make a long story short, you a dork, and I'm a South Bay street shark, no bark. Southside be the landmark till I retire. Never knew something this fresh could expire. Summertime here, put the